I think that's the out.
Welcome to the Factory Reserve Cigar Club, where true craftsmanship meets bold character. Well-aged, hand-rolled, and refined with purpose. Every leaf sparks a story, and that first draw brings it alive. This isn't quick luxury, it's luxury earned! Unlock rare drops, vault exclusives, and monthly cigars you won't find anywhere else! Factory Reserve Cigar Club. Exclusive access, legendary flavor. Elevate your smoke.
Savor every moment with Hayes Gray Cigar. Each blend is crafted for bold flavor, veteran-inspired character, and premium construction. From smooth and approachable to rich and complex in flavor, Hayes Gray delivers a cigar for every palate. Now available our new release, Irmaus du Mar. Order Hayes Gray Cigars online at Fat Boys Cigars and from Wolfpack Cigar Club and the Cigar Vault, Oakdale. Visit our website for a list of nationwide retail lounges and to grab some cool Hayes Gray merch to rep our brand. As always, we've got your sticks.
Some fight battles overseas. Others fight for perfection in every role. Born from discipline, forged in brotherhood. This isn't just a cigar brand, it's a mission. Our mission is to make badass cigars for badass people. Every leaf, hand-selected, every blend, battle-tested, from the first spark to the final draw. BAM Cigars deliver strength, honor, and precision. Built by veterans, smoked by legends, stand proud! Lock in, stand proud. Forged, not with steel, but in fire and leaf. From the heart of the Dominican Republic comes a brand that brings the world together. One blend at a time. The Sulu, crafted with tobacco from 7 countries. A symphony of bold character and refined balance. The Banda, born from 8 countries. Layered with depth, strength, and complexity. And the Celebes, a Connecticut with a punch. Smooth, yet commanding. Each cigar, a story of craftsmanship, faith, and honor. Don't be basic! Be ironclad. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters of the leaf, welcome to our show. It's time for the Cigar Dudes podcast. Let's freaking go!
I feel like I need a shot of tequila or something.
Oh yeah. I feel like I need a bonfire.
Oh no, I want to take a nap and I just came and I still do commercials.
Yeah.
Dude, I am amped up.
Heck yeah. Good. So we haven't had y'all on since, what did I say, September of 2024.
Yeah.
Like a month and a year and 4 months or something.
It's been a while.
It's a while.
Yeah.
I know y'all got it going on. I was telling y'all before the show that y'all got a great sound. The looks great. I mean, y'all ready to go podcasting.
Well, it's funny because when we got into this, we realized that one, we don't know what we're doing. I mean, so that's a given. And then the other thing is like, well, every time we've done a podcast or watched a podcast, it's so apparent when the sound is bad. And so we're like, let's just try to cover our bases. Let's make sure that, so yeah, I mean, this is all Brian. I mean, we got a camera, we got 2 lights, we got a board, mics, headsets. Like, gosh, we might not know what we're doing, but we're going to sound good while we do it. So
make it till you make it.
Exactly. Sound good while you do it.
Yeah.
We'll have our own studio.
So, guys, what cigar you're smoking so I can smoke the same one? What?
Please tell him you're smoking a Candela. Tell him you're smoking a Candela.
Yo,
I was going to say, unfortunately, the building that we're in, they frown upon when we smoke in the office. So we've talked about that a couple times, and even as we're setting up tonight, we're like, gosh, there's going to be a day that our permanent office, that's going to be our own. This is going to be set up. We don't have to tear it down, set it up every single time. But unfortunately, we will not be smoking with you guys tonight. So.
And we're in Minnesota, and it's negative 10 degrees outside right now.
That is true.
That would be great.
It was negative 15 when I woke up this morning, so that was a downer.
Yeah.
So you're smoking the Havana. What about you, Aldi? Which one you're smoking?
I didn't get mine yet.
That's right.
UPS got me.
Did we find out why that delayed?
Okay.
Yeah, no, they changed it. It was supposed to be here Saturday, and they changed it to tomorrow. And they confirmed that it'll be tomorrow.
You know what's interesting was when I was shipping to you guys, Randy, you live in like the middle of nowhere because it was like going to be, it was like $8-9 to ship to each of you guys, but it was like $26 to ship to Randy in wherever Texas you're at. But I shipped it USPS and it got there on Saturday. It was like, this is the first time I'm actually impressed that the post office got there before UPS.
We have to, whenever we ship to Texas, we have to go through the post office. It's cheaper and faster.
Yeah.
So
the only one that we've had issues though with is USPS.
Yeah.
It seems like UPS usually bats 1,000, but sorry, John.
Yeah, I'm good. I knew I was going to smoke. The first thing I would have put down was that Candela. Guys, that Candela has been in my top 3 for the longest. So,
okay, Aldi, I'm gonna
get fired. I'm about to get fired.
I'm gonna ask you, and I will, just because of you. Which one I should smoke? Yeah, just tell me. If it's the Candela, I will smoke Candela. Which one you?
I would like to have. I'm smoking a Habano right now, so I would all day start with a Habano.
That's what I'm smoking is Habano.
I'd smoke the Maduro.
Thank you, Aldi. you still hired.
Is you not a Candela guy?
I know a Candela guy, me personally. I do a lot of Candelas, but me personally, for my taste and my everything, I know a Candela guy. I don't say that it's bad Candelas, good Candelas, whatever Candela. It's not me. It's yes, me.
Maybe we can turn him.
That's true. And
you never know.
I think,
but I will not do it. But I will not do it during the live, so people cannot read my face. I will be happy. I will be happy with the Havana.
Hey, one of our core values is approachable, and that we're just also no BS, and we understand that we can't control people's palates. So what we try to control is the experience, which is
absolutely
the main reason why we went with the factory we went with, and kind of what took us there. But I mean, I will say this with our Candela, we put Corojo in the filler, so we try to balance out that. Because that Candela is an acquired taste, and I always tell people, and it's such a bad example, but I haven't found a good one or story. I was like, well, cigars, whether they're a Connecticut, like a milder Connecticut, all the way up to a heavier, oily Oscuro or Maduro, the Candela is like the tea equivalent in your coffee lineup, and so you're going to get those floral, fruity, herbal, grassy, citrusy, more on the nose and the sinus. And so it's something completely different. But I think because we put a good amount of Corojo in that filler, and I'm not saying it's a Corojo cigar with a Candela wrap over it, but I think it balances it out really well.
Yeah, I enjoy if you take the heavy grassiness out, that's what I really, really enjoy it's when it's not heavy in that grassiness, but that the green tea side of it. And I don't know, yours was one of a friend of mine at my lounge is always like, we really like Candelas. You got to smoke everyone to get your hands on, and just so you can, just kind of gauge. I went through a lot of them, and there's a lot of really crappy Candelas. Nameless. And but yours that I've always said the Founders and has always been in my top 3 for candelas, because it's not a typical candela. It's just got such a great flavor to it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And then for me, Brian and I are both neurodivergent, with that old ADHD brain. And so part of my personality is when I get something in my head, I'm 100%. And so, yeah, when we for our 5th year anniversary, we were looking at a couple different wrappers. I mean, every lounge I went into, I'm like, hey, give me every single one of this wrapper you have, or give me every single one of this wrapper you have. Cause I want to be a student of, everything that's out there. Not because I'm trying to emulate something, but I want as much knowledge as possible. And so when we launched our candela, I had heard a lot of people like, oh, I don't like candelas, but I like yours. I'm like, well, let me go out, and every humidor I went in, I was like, I'll take all the candelas you have. And I had the same experience. I was like, these are not the same.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a definite, somebody just slapped a green wrapper on on a cigar, and they're like, here's my candela. Oh, no.
Yeah. But it even seems like a lot of the popular candelas have a Habano, barber pole or dual wrap with it too. It seems like they pair those up a lot, where they'll do that blend. And I think it's because that earthiness of the Habano, I think, balances really well with the candela. But so I think that, but again, I think that's a cop out. If you're going to do a candela and just figure out a way to balance it. So, but
don't change it.
That's just me.
It's got to get a little warm out here for me to sit out here in a t-shirt.
Well, I think he was talking more about the hair.
Oh, the wig. Yeah, no, I wasn't wearing the wig for this one. I couldn't do that to the guys. I wouldn't do that to them.
There's your hashtag for tonight. #Founders. And we got quite a few things to give away tonight.
Yeah.
So don't go anywhere.
Don't
go anywhere. Also, real quick before we get, so everybody that's watching right now, you see at Dead Bull Cigar Podcast. Make sure to go to YouTube and follow them, because that's probably the only way you're going to get it this week. They have a new Instagram and a new Facebook, but they're being whatever they're being, so that's going to take time. That is going to be your, what do you call it, Aldi? That's the new Not Toro Cigar Company podcast.
Yeah, that's the new podcast. It's going to be me, Mike, Digger, and Jake are going to be on there. Mike, after Toro shut their doors, Mike doesn't want to lose a community, so we're just picking right up where we left off, minus the dead weight, and we're just marching forward.
Sweet.
Dead Bull Cigar Podcast.
Looking forward to seeing what you boys do with that. So that was a tough text to get, but
it was.
Get it. We get it. So
who's Digger?
Digger is our friend who is retired Air Force. He's a legit badass fighter pilot, F-16 fighter pilot, and he lives pretty close to Mike. And we ended up meeting up through through Honor and Ash, and that's how we got him. So, and he is just he's the shit.
But
he's legit badass.
I've heard Jake talk about that, and that's Digger. That makes sense now.
Yep.
He's got to grow his hair back though.
Oh my God, he looks like a hairless cat.
Some people are into that.
Yeah, nope. He's got a beard and everything. He had a nice beard going. He was one of our number one customers, and then he shaved it, and I was like, nope, I'm going to take all your stuff back.
Well, it's bad enough I didn't even recognize him.
Right?
Until he talked. Yeah. Right. Until he spoke, and I was like, oh, okay. Man, this Habano's got just the right amount. I'm about right there. This thing's got just the right amount of spice.
Yeah.
And it's my first cigar.
In our portfolio, we always talk about nothing that we have is heavy. And Brian, you jump in. I don't need to talk all night. I just have a lot of opinions.
That's okay.
But I always tell people too, we don't blend anything heavy, at least not yet. Spoiler alert. But for us, we always wanted to go, when we first launched the brand, we went around things that are more, we wanted to be approachable. Like I was saying, our number one core value was approachable. But I think with our first factory, we blended a little too approachable. And so when we got in with Luis Cuevas at Tabacalera Las Lavas, that's where we really refined everything. And so for us, our Maduro is definitely our top seller, and I think that's such a well balanced kind of medium plus cigar, full flavored, really good, strong on the palate. But then our Habano, which I think is a little right up there in strength, but it's got more spice to it. Nicaraguan binder. So I think it's got a little bit more of that spice. So whenever people ask me like, hey, I like something heavy, I'm like, oh, I don't have anything heavy. So you're looking for spicier, a little spicier, go the Habano. If you're looking for full flavor, go the Maduro. But
yeah, the Maduro's a mainstay. I enjoy that Maduro a lot.
Yeah, and that was the biggest change going with Lewis. I mean, because we had an Ecuadorian Maduro wrapper on our first blend, and then we changed it to Mexican San Andreas Maduro, and that just opened up a whole world of possibilities for us. So
nice.
Yeah, you're missing out, Aldi.
Really?
Yeah,
you'll get it tomorrow.
It's usually me. That's missing.
It is true. That is very true. Oh, no, it's usually ish.
Yeah,
It's weird.
Yeah.
Where in South Carolina are you at?
Right in the middle, right in Columbia.
Yeah.
So smack dab in the middle.
Trying to think if we have a lounge.
You don't. I would have gone up there.
There's on our website, we've got, I think, somewhere between 90 and 100 shops listed on our website. But I just counted today because one of our web guys was asking me. We have 80 to 90 not listed. So we're just south of 200 lounges.
I'm all over the place in South Carolina for the most part, within an hour radius of my house, anyways. At this point, so I know I pretty much know the humidors.
Yep.
And so I knew who had that. You had one listed that I know he doesn't have anymore.
Which one's that?
Maduro Room.
I'm gonna call him tomorrow.
Okay.
Best of luck.
Yeah.
Conversation. That's a conversation later.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be back in the green room.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what? So you guys, I think you said y'all haven't been doing many podcasts or anything like that in the last year or so. Just been busy selling cigars.
Well, go ahead. I mean, the last 2.5, 3 years have been just kind of.
We have had an atypical business cycle as our team. And that's the best way to put it. So just if you look at our company history, we launched in October of 2020. And then 2021 for us was still figuring out factory, go to market, all that. So really, I mean, we had like a year, 0.5 in there. And then 2022 for us was our first full year. Brian and I both in the office selling, just pushing everything full time. And we had a wildly successful year in 2022. And then
best year ever. We still haven't done better than 2022,
which is crazy. And then when we look at what happened then, so Brian got notice in 2022 that he was going to be deploying in 2023. And so that's when we were having factories, and a lot of the early shops that supported us had, even our early supporters were like, hey, we love your brand. We love, you guys and the message and everything you're putting out. Like, what do you think about your blends? What do you think about your factory? And that's when we really started to look at, hey, is this the factory that's going to take us to where we need to go long term? And we loved the factory that we started with. But we had started building a relationship with Luis Cuevas. If you guys are or are not familiar with him, Cuban family, got kicked out by Castro back in the day. And then, so their factory's been around for about 50 years and the brand's been around for about 30, I think. And so at the first trade show we ever attended, so we attended TPE. Look what I did there. We attended TPE in March, or was it February of 2022? Is that the one that we went to?
No, it was 21. No, you're right, 22. But it was in January
of 22.
Because Josh came on. And
what we want to do, so we have a firearms background. Brian was in the firearms industry for a very long time, so he'd been to SHOT Show, I mean, a dozen times. And so we knew trade shows. We've done trade shows, we've done exhibits, we've done booths, we've done all that. We're like, let's go find out what a cigar trade show is like. And I'm so glad we went, because we didn't know what to expect. But I remember laughing and being like, this is so old school. And there's like tables set up in some of these booths, like Oliva and some of these guys. And I'm like, it seems like there should be credit card. Like remember those from the 90s? Like what is going on? There's no computers. There's no nothing. There's a bunch of paper. There's a bunch of guys in suits. I was like,
yeah,
oh my God.
Very antiquated. It was like no technology. It was very,
yeah. But so we got a feel for that. And then so we met Luis Cuevas at that event. So we got interviewed on our first podcast with Cigar Show Tim.
yeah.
And he had met us online, and we had sent him some cigars, and we had been chatting back and forth. And he's like, hey, I'm at TPE if you guys want to have an interview. We're like, sure, why not? And so we went and had an interview with him. And then at the end of that, he's like, hey, if you guys want to meet anyone, like if there's anyone in the industry you want to meet, I'll make an introduction for you. And we're just like, we don't know anyone. Like, who should we meet? He's like, I'll walk you over to Lewis. Lewis is probably who you should meet. And so the first person we ever met was Lewis. And this is day one of the trade show. He takes an hour out of his day. Busiest day of the trade show. There's people coming up to his booth, all this stuff. Takes an hour out of his day and sits and talks to us and like, oh my gosh, how's it going? What's worked? What hasn't worked? What do you tell me about your factory? Tell me about your blends. What can I help with? Here's what worked for me. Here's what hasn't worked for me. Here's what you should do. Here's what you shouldn't do. And we just walked away from that being like, oh my gosh, like that was like one of the first people we met. And then over the next couple of years, built a relationship with him. And so, and I remember, we were talking about changing factories. We're like, we got to ask Lewis, but we don't want to bother him. We're nothing. And I was like, Lewis, would you ever consider rolling for us? And if you know Lewis, he's just like, brother, I would love to roll. I'm a factory first. I would love to roll for you guys. And so, yeah, I did a trip down to the Dominican right before he deployed. And we just decided, he's going to be deployed in 2023, with all of his pre-stuff up to the deployment with a couple months, and then even coming back, we don't know when that's going to be. And we're like, this year's going to be a crapshoot. Let's just change factory, change boxes, change bands, do everything. And so 2022 most successful year. 2023 was a wild year because for about the first half of the year we didn't have our new blends, and
we were sitting on like 30,000 cigars in the humidor at the end of 22 at the old factory. And then you're blending. We have all these new releases coming out at PCA in July.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah. And I had this thing, and I don't know, maybe with you guys in the cigar industry, you can shed light on this, but my whole thought was how young we are as a brand. Yeah. I have 30,000 of our, what I'm calling our legacy blends in our humidor now. How would that come across if from January to May, I'm prospecting, I'm bringing on accounts, I'm doing all that, I'm selling the legacy stuff, and then you show up at PCA and I have all new product, all new boxes, all new bands, refined blends. You're going to be like, these guys screwed me.
Yep.
These guys screwed me.
Yep, 1,000%.
And so the only thing that I did from January until May, even June, is I called all my existing shops and I said, hey, I'm changing over my blends. Get them all there hot, massive discount. I want you guys to make as much money as you can on these blends right now. I'm trying to get rid of inventory so I can just almost dollar for dollar change my old inventory out. And so really for the first 6 months, we didn't sell anything new. We didn't sell anything at full price. It was just me trying to be honorable to our existing accounts and not feel like I pulled the wool over on anyone. So, that put us back. That put us back a lot, and especially not really having product then. Then you hit the ground running in July with all new product. And then
boxes.
Yeah. And then the boxes, funny, the boxes that we ordered for PCA 2023 showed up for PCA 2024.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. There was a huge bottleneck. There was a, shortage. Boxes took twice as long.
But even then it was like, I'm at PCA and the guy's like, yeah, no, we'll get you boxes for PCA. And then I'm leaving PCA. It's like, all right, they'll show up the week after PCA. And it was like the month after PCA. And it was like the quarter after PCA. And I'm just like, what is going on, dude? You like, come on. So, but a cool thing about that time though, is that's when Brian and I really started realizing that operations in the cigar industry aren't as lockstep as kind of we've come to expect. So we did business development together for about 5 years. And then even with Brian's background at his, he worked for a gun manufacturer. He did, you can talk about it. He did sales and marketing and really helped refine so much of their processes. We realized we can offer fulfillment services as a service. We didn't know that existed in the cigar industry. And so in 2023, we launched our fulfillment company and started working with a brand called Don Doroteo, and then realized there was some Minnesota tax stuff that we had to figure out. So really just for the next 2 years, we just worked with them. But I mean, we basically had a multi-million-dollar operations center with our, our current, couple $100,000 sales pipeline. It's like, wow, our operations way outpace our sales. So let's just start taking advantage of this and, make money when we ship stuff. So
when you guys made that decision to change factories, how does that, like, I've always wondered about that. Like, I've seen some of the newer guys that have come in and decide they're going to go somewhere else. How does the community perceive that change in factory, how does the factory take it?
Yeah. You want to talk about Jimmy Orr?
Well, hold on to that thought. Think about it, and we'll be right back.
Savor every moment with Hayes Gray Cigar. Each blend is crafted for bold flavor, veteran-inspired character, and premium construction. From smooth and approachable to rich and complex in flavor, Hayes Gray delivers a cigar for every palate. Now available our new release, Irmãos du Mar. Order Hayes Gray Cigars online at Fat Boys Cigars and from Wolfpack Cigar Club and the Cigar Vault, Oakdale. Visit our website for a list of nationwide retail lounges and to grab some cool Hayes Gray merch to rep our brand. As always, we've got your sticks.
Also, Hayes Gray is asking, at Founders, please get back down in Pensacola. The one lounge that carried your brand closed its doors.
Were they multi-site? Wasn't there that, I'm thinking of someone else. I thought there was one who had a Pensacola location, and every time you called one, like, oh no, the owner's at the other one. Then every time you called that, I was like, oh no, he's at the other one. I'm like, these stores are 200 miles apart. There's no way that he can be jumping between these two.
No, I mean, because I opened up all those lounges along the Gulf there, in Florida, and I think they're like went out of business. I don't know what happened to all of them.
Yeah. So we're working on it. So coming to a store in Pensacola near you.
Yeah. Send
in your referrals and humidor manager contacts to info@foundercigarco.com and we will respond accordingly. No, anyway, so you ask a great question, and that is something that we really wrestled with internally, because to Brian's point, it's like, no, we have momentum with our existing shops. We're going to alienate all of our shops.
I was very resistant.
Yeah. Brian was like, we have this set up. We have a system. We have a process. We have a pipeline. We know how this works.
If it's not broken, why fix it?
Exactly. And I was making the argument. I'm like, you're 100% right. Like, I'm not arguing with you that we don't have momentum and all this. But what I'm saying is this is the perfect time to alienate our customer base. Because if we wait a year, customer base is going to be bigger. If we wait 18 months, customer base is going to be bigger. The potential for it to be worse is so much worse. And so I brought up the name Jimmy Orr. So Jimmy's the guy who, he was a broker, or maybe he was internal for someone, but he was a broker. And then he was down in the Arizona area, and then he bought a lounge. And one of our earliest supporters, like the first time I think we called him, he's like, yeah, send me all your stuff. Like, I would love to hear you guys. And every time we met him at a trade show, just fantastic guy. And he was one of those guys. He was one of those guys that really early on was like, hey, I want to keep pushing your stuff, but maybe some consistency issues, maybe quality of tobacco, what you have access to, and so he was one that was like, I really want to see you guys be successful. And he would always talk about, he's like, us shop owners, we expect this. We expect that every PCA we'll see a couple hundred new cigar brands, and then the next year we might see 10 of you, and then the year after that there might be one of you left. And so we're just waiting for that to happen. We're waiting for, and I think a lot of people got, scared from the cigar boom in the 90s and, all of that too. But so he said, I'm not saying that this is going to be you guys, but we're waiting for you guys to figure it out. What's your final branding? What's your final factory? What's your final blends? What's your final, we know there's going to be some changes. We expected, like, whatever. And so that was really good. And I think what we always tried to show too is that we don't, like, I don't know if you guys can tell, Brian and I don't have Cuban grandpas. If you haven't, our complexion, we don't have a family history in cigars. And so the one thing that we really wanted to adopt while going into this is like, we're going to have a hypothesis and we're going to keep going until we get more information to change it. And so much of that information came from within the cigar industry on things that we should change or things that we should improve. And so I think we took a lot of the feedback from some of our early shops. We said, you know what? And this is the point that I made. I said, hey, you're going to be gone. Do we want to forge through this entire year as is and make a change when you get back? Or I'm thinking this year is going to suck anyway. Let's just make all these changes. You're going to be gone. I'm going to be in the office by myself making this work. Let's just make all these changes at once when you're gone. And then by the time you get back, everything's done and we can just move forward with that. So that's the decision we ended up going with. And, you know, in hindsight, I think that is exactly what we needed to do at that time.
Yeah, it was a great decision. I support it now. Hindsight.
It all happened while you were gone. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
I was on vacation for what, 9, 10 months. So.
Yeah, exactly. You know, working on his tan and getting ripped and doing whatever you guys do overseas.
What we do is work out.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing else.
You know, room service and, you know,
what the cool part is, you know, working with so many either law enforcement or military brands, that the calculating and the planning, I absolutely dig it, because that's my background in corrections. It's just everything's calculated, everything's planned. There's a policy there's in place, and we follow the policy, we bang it out, and you have your after action planning, your debriefs. It just makes so much sense, and I love watching that happen. It's a lot of fun. It makes things easier.
Yep. We use an acronym called PACE, which is primary, alternate, contingency, and emergency. So we plan, and then we plan, and then we plan, and then we plan some more, and then we execute.
Yep. And that blows up in your face and you adapt. So
yeah. Well, that's another one, adapt and overcome.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, I mean, it wasn't easy. And especially, I mean, the one thing that we didn't know about the cigar industry is the seasonality. And so 2022, I mean, you know,
welcome to January.
That's what was crazy. So we're, you know, March is good after TPA, and April's good, and May is good, and June, July, August, and things are growing. And we're like, we haven't ordered enough cigars. So we doubled our cigar orders for
we tripled.
Yeah.
I placed a blanket purchase order, and we had cigars show up in like every month in the last quarter.
Yeah. And we didn't realize that the orders that we hit for October, November, December is really when the sales are going. So, and then think about that. We changed factories, changed blends, and now we're sitting on 30,000 cigars of what we're calling our legacy blends now. And oh, by the way, Minnesota, you have to pay 50 cents per stick when it lands in your state. So, now we're flush on inventory. That is now, for lack of a better term, obsolete. And oh, by the way, half of that we had to pay in dollars towards the state of Minnesota to hold our money because we can't hold our own money. Bastards.
Man, I love going whenever I'm anywhere and I catch the old legacy. I remember what those bands were, and every time I catch them, I grab them.
Yeah, I mean they were
just the nostalgia. I remember when it first started, and just and they got aged on them.
Oh, I know. Yeah, now they're aged. So now we're selling them at a premium because they're rare.
There you go.
Now did anybody go up for the event at Sheepdog, or is that this weekend?
That was last Saturday.
Saturday?
So we just brought on another guy. He retired after over 22 years in the Air Force. He was in my unit, but I've known the guy since we were 10 years old. So we've doing life for 33 years. His name's Nate. Him and I have done some business together in the firearms industry. He used to own an ammo company, and we've just been. He's a good dude. So he joined our team this last year. He went on the road, and he's been on the road for 2 weeks. So he did that event with Joe at Sheepdog on Saturday. But he's doing an event right now. If you're in Gardner, Kansas City, he's doing an event right now. So at Ash and Anvil in Gardner, Kansas, which is just like a suburb of Kansas City, right? You were
that Humidor is awesome.
Yeah, those guys are great. So he's doing an event right now. He's live doing an event from 6 to 9 in Kansas City right now. But he was
talking beginning of December, and with HDA, and what we were there for the Army Navy game, and it was an absolute blast.
Yeah,
and
it looked like it was.
Yeah, we pulled in, and I looked at my wife, and I said, "Boy, we're at Sheepdog Cigar Lounge. It'd be cool if there was a sheepdog here." And sure as hell, right in the front window is a big old sheepdog. And I'm like, shut up. And it was their dog that they brought that stays at the lounge and hangs out. And big old doofy dog puppy, like a 110-pound puppy. And I was like, truth in advertising.
Yeah, it's only like 6 months old. Nate told me I've only talked to Joe on the phone. You met him at PCA last year because I didn't go.
Yep. And
just a great human being. He was prior Marine, sheriff for like 23 years. Then I think he joined the Navy and he was NCIS or something like that. So just a awesome resume. And then a stellar human being. Nate actually stayed at his house. I mean, they got to know each other really well. That sheepdog, I think, is number 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's gone through a few sheepdogs.
Yeah, he just keeps naming him Junior.
Mm-hmm.
They all the same name.
That's awesome. Yeah, Nate. I mean, we had an event booked in Georgia, and then when Nate came on board, we're like, all right, who's going to do this event? And Nate's like, dude, I got 2 weeks open beginning of the year. I'll hit the road. And so we stacked up 6-7, visits, and he's been slinging sample packs and stopping at lounges like a freaking madman right now. So it's just,
dude, doing events in January. I mean, this isn't your typical event season, but he's crushing it. We don't have a lot of draw. We're a small brand. I mean, we're marketing it, and people are showing up, and the consistent compliment that he's getting is that these lounge owners are seeing people that they don't normally see. Like I'm selling cigars to faces I've never seen before, so this is great.
Rue just texted me. We're all going to be at Sheepdog at the beginning of March for an event there.
So the Sapo event.
Yeah, so we'll get to meet Nate there. That's exciting. Yeah, it's the lounge is just beautiful, and it's the coolest thing. He really did a great job in there.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things. Is just I feel like I'm a kid in a candy store every single time I walk into a humidor because everyone does it different. Everyone's got different selections. I mean, the guys in Gardner, I mean, we've known those guys for a really long time. Again, they were one of our early supporters who were really excited to reintroduce the brand. But yeah, it was a old blacksmith that they had. I mean, you could even see the char on the roof and everything they pulled out. And so they have this just giant glass, on their humidor when you walk in. There's so much historical stuff in there. So, I mean, I did an event down there. I went to a gun event with a couple clients of ours, and then just extended my trip by like 3 or 4 days and did a cigar event and jumped around Kansas City for a while. So yeah, that was fun.
So who was at the I had a phone call, sorry. Who was at I thought I saw a video of y'all at the Sheepdogs. Who has the beard?
That's Nate.
Okay. He's picked up the beard torch out of the group.
Okay.
So
I have, and I can't grow a beard because I'm still in. So he carries the beard torch since Angelo shaved his off.
Yep.
And I'll retire 2 years. Well, I'm counting the months. It's like 19 months now, and I'll have a beard.
Heck
eventually.
Yeah, you wouldn't think
we hate quitters.
We hate quitters with a beard.
Yep.
Never shave. Never shave.
Yeah, because on most of our marketing stuff, like even our backdrop here, that's me from a couple years back, just full beard, full send. And that was always the weird part too, where and I get it. I mean, I'm the civilian in the group of now with Nate and Brian, but at all of our events, you look at me, I've got a full sleeve tattoos. I used to have a big beard. I'm 6'5", so everyone's like, kind of assumes like I'm the, I'm next to clean cut here, and everyone just assumes I'm the vet. I'm like, no. Like, I'm just a boring civilian. This is the guy you need to be thanking for all the cool stuff that he does. So, but yeah, now.
Why shave the beard? I'm interested.
I don't know. I think it was a couple different things. So 2023 was a super tough year just with Brian gone. And even now, in 2026, looking back, how when you go through healthy seasons of your life, you can look back and see really unhealthy seasons of your life. It's like I was a mess in 2023. And then 2024, so to kind of continue the company history stuff. So when 2024 came around, the company wasn't in a spot to support either one of us. So we both took full-time jobs. And I really pendulum swung the other way, where I was like, hey, I've got a full-time job. I got to show my boss that I'm not just trying to work a job for 2 years, do poorly, get fired. But hey, at least I collect a paycheck for 2 years. And then I stopped drinking a year ago in December. So I just hit over a year for that. And so I had long hair for 14 years. I had long hair. I had a huge beard. And so I was kind of fed up with my hair. So I stopped drinking and then was cleaning up some stuff in my life, cut my hair, went a little bit more clean cut, and then just kept she kept shaving the beard down, and my wife really liked how it was short, but she likes it a little bit longer. But so I don't know. It's probably just a combination. I was joking, say, it's just time to grow up a little bit. So cut the hair, and went a little bit more clean shaven, and we'll see where that beard pendulum swings now.
He had a bun.
I think I've been grown up too long. That's why.
Yeah.
How old are you, Angelo?
35.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we're old enough to be his daddy.
Yeah. My oldest son just turned 29. Yeah, so
There you go. Yeah. But yeah, it was
you did
at the
good.
point where I had long hair I wanted long hair forever, and I had it, and then it was just the point where I'd get out of the shower, dry out, and I'd get bored with it, so I just put it up in a bun or something. I'm like, I just keep doing the same stuff. I either need to do something with it, like do something creative, or I just cut it all off. So and I don't know. I keep looking at the hairline. I'm like, I don't know how many years I got left anyway. So
It's
gone. I am losing the battle.
My wife just cut my hair before I came in, and she's every time she's like, it's getting thinner and thinner.
I know. The good news is my one saving grace. So my wife and I have been dating since high school, and I remember there was one year where I think like the entire basketball team or the entire football team would like shave their heads just for playoffs or something. And she's like, my favorite hairstyle that you've ever had in our 20 years knowing each other is when you shaved your head. I'm like, there's hope. There's hope. I got to shave all this off. At least my wife's going to love me. So
That's for you, Aldi. He said, youngster, they have a 27-year-old granddaughter.
whew, yeah, my middle child will be 27 in a couple of weeks.
okay.
Felicidades for what?
What's
Somebody just told me congratulations, but I don't know for what.
I don't know. I didn't know that's what that meant.
I say Ismael, congratulations, but I'm lost. Maybe for the cigar, I don't know. I can't tell you.
Oh, probably. What is the hashtag, the community cigar or cigars? Cigar. The hashtag, the community cigar.
I mean, it's one of our trademarks. So we filed trademark like, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years ago for the community cigar. And so we have officially, it's been assigned to the USPTO or whatever the patent office gave us the trademark on that.
Yep.
We had filed originally, like our attorney had filed for or attempted to file for our founders, the mark, and then Founders Cigar Company. And both of those got denied, right?
Yeah. So we're about 6 months out from seeing if we can reapply for that one. But the whole idea behind the community cigar. So when the brand started, so if you guys can remember back to this crazy mythical time, 2020, world shut down.
Almost 6 years ago now.
Yeah. It seems
Yeah,
like
it was the start of the year.
seems like 20 years ago, and it seems like last year all at the same time.
Yep.
But so where the company came from, so Brian and I were full-time business consulting, and during COVID, I started smoking cigars with a group of guys, and I remember hanging out with some cousins like 6 months later, and all my cousins were talking about how bad everyone's mental health was and how their kids haven't seen anyone in 6 months, and I'm like, that's dumb. Like, we see people all the time. But then just realizing, I'm like, wow, I actually see guys every Tuesday night, and I smoke cigars and talk life and just have actual real conversations like we all have come to love in a cigar lounge. And I was like, I think my mental health is really good because I actually have face-to-face interactions and I spend time with people. And so when Brian and I were getting around starting the brand, I was like, I think there's something about having cigars to trick people into community. And so right off the rip, we tried to just basically, our mission was just having cigars to build community around. And so we wanted our, we're veteran focused and forward, and that's a big part of our message and our mission and the things that we support. But it's also around just like cigars are a great avenue to build community around. And so that's what we got into pretty early.
Yeah. Well, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I had to deal with, I had a trademark get denied early last year, but I just got approved in 2 days before Christmas. So that was a good present for me.
Fantastic.
Congratulations.
What'd you trademark?
My name, Ironclad.
Baby
There you
wiener.
go.
What you said, Aldi?
Baby wiener.
Where's your hair, Aldi?
I shaved my head. I'm
I
shaved.
thought you were gonna.
I wasn't wearing that tonight. I can't disrespect the guys like that. Come on with a boat.
Yeah, the whole process is nuts because it's like, even we had pretty good grounds to appeal it, but our attorney's like, chances are that the appeal is going to go to the person that denied it, and they're just going to deny it on the same grounds, and so I don't know.
This is all post COVID, and she had some comments like she's dealing with the trademark office or whatever, the patent office, and those examiners are just like, she said something about how she had one of them on the phone and they were just crying because they were overwhelmed, and so she said it was primarily due to the examiner that was looking at it, and it's all subjective. I mean, if the examiner for whatever reason finds a reason, so it's all subjective.
And it's funny, on the list of everything we thought would be the reason for us to get denied, none of that even came up. And it was like this one we didn't even think about, and we're just like, that is why we got, all right, whatever. So we're hoping we got about another 6 months. We'll see if we reapply for that. And so, but it's, I mean, in the cigar industry, that it's trademarks at some point are the foundation and the lifeblood of brands, and then other times, like, you can have a trademark and it just doesn't matter. Like, people just offend you and crush you, and who cares? So
yeah,
a little peace of mind, but
whose pockets are bigger.
Exactly. And we found that out the hard way in the gun industry. So
yeah. So, but it's something that we're trying to be aware of as we grow, to just try to be a little bit more strategic around some of that stuff. So
I would imagine you dealt in the other industry, in the gun industry, you dealt a lot with patents, right? Or more than trademarks, or no?
We just we've been up against some legal battles in regards to so the gun industry is, I don't know, 100 times bigger than the cigar industry. I mean, it's and there's plenty of a-holes in the gun industry, and we just seem to attract a-holes. So we went into, we did some business with some people that, just you figure out that they don't have the same moral compass as you.
Yeah. And, as a consultant, there's two ways for you to lose your job. One is you're bad at it, and the other way is you do exactly what you said you were going to do, and they're like, we don't need you anymore. And a couple, like, within 6 months, 3 brands did that, and they're like, yeah, we don't need you, and oh, by the way, we don't want to pay you. It's like, all right, here we go.
And we started the cigar industry despite the three relationships or partnerships that we had, and so we're like gotten tired of building $1 million businesses for other people. So
yep.
So did you guys meet in the gun industry? How did you guys come together?
Mutual friend.
Yep.
I was working for a gun manufacturer, and we had an unlimited supply of ammo during an ammo shortage.
Correct.
And so we used to shoot competitively just for fun. And it was just for us. So the team at the company I worked for, we would go up to the gun range locally, and we would shoot on the weekends. We shoot on Wednesday nights, and it was fun. So it was a sport called 3-gun. So it's a pistol, rifle, shotgun, and you just set up a stage, and you just go through, and it's all a timed event, but also it's about accuracy and time. And so it was really fun. And I got into that, and I had a friend from church, Aaron, and I was shooting with Aaron, and then Aaron and Aaron's wife and your wife, right?
Yep. Yeah, they met each other, and Aaron's like, hey, you should come shoot with us. I'm like, that sounds fantastic. You guys have drums of ammo just sitting around, and it's just like, Oprah at a free giveaway, like, you get a box of ammo, like, grab whatever guns you want. It's like, oh, you need a new trigger for your gun, like, come on in.
You'd show up at our office, the warehouse, and we would have all those gun safes, and it's like, all right, what gun do you want to shoot today?
Yeah, what are you feeling? It's like, match your shoes to your gun today, and go out and have fun. It's just like, oh, it was awesome.
That was a good time. So that's how we met, was shooting 3-gun, and he's an engineer by trade, mechanical engineer.
Yep.
And it was a small business, and the owner of the company was an engineer, and you always hated because you're like, you wanted to get a job, and
I did,
and
you never hired me
because I got fired before I hired you.
That's true. So yeah, we reconnected after I heard that he had gotten let go, and I was just like, dude, that was like your dream job. Like, so we met up for coffee a couple times, and then it was funny because what we learned is that what he did for that company, a lot of small manufacturers wanted that. But it was like, you applied to a bunch of different people in the industry, and they're like, hey, we want what you did, and we want this role, but can you relocate to Wyoming? He's like, no. They're like, or we want you, but we don't have a budget for that. Like, we know we need it, but we don't have a budget for it. I'm like, dude, just start consulting.
Yeah, it was your idea.
And he's like, well, we should do this together. I'm like, I don't go into business with friends. Like, there's two kinds of partnerships: those that have failed and those that are going to fail. Like, it's just a law of the universe. I was using the analogy. It's like all planes crash. It's just a controlled crash. It's called a landing. We need to make sure that when our plane crashes, we have a landing in mind, and we can walk away from this still as friends, and know our feelings and all that stuff. And it was funny because I just started doing it on the side. I'm like, shoot, if I can make a little bit of money, maybe I'll buy a golf simulator and put it in my house, and whatever. And then I'm like, then it was too successful and it turned into a job. So I'm like, then I can't take that money for my play money. It's like my life money now. So it's like overshot my target. We turned it into a business. And then I had 25 allergic reactions in 1 year, ended up medically retiring from my job, and then just kind of launched into full-time consulting. So what was that?
That's like every other week.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I was in outside sales for a company, and every other week I was in the ER, and my body was just on high alert all the time. They put me on anti-anxiety meds because I couldn't sleep. I couldn't every time, because I'd go into full anaphylaxis. And so my body would be like, anytime my beard would itch, or the wind would hit me the wrong way, my body would be like, oh shit, here we go again. And adrenaline, cortisol, all that shit was up all the time.
Me?
I got to a point where I just couldn't function.
This is barking on me.
You got it. And so, then 2019 is when we started doing that full time. Then
my basement.
Yep, in his basement. And there was one client. Again, we had the budding fulfillment center. One of our clients was he was a creative inventor, did all the stuff, but couldn't ship and receive and do the business side of things. Like, dude, you're killing us. We're selling for you and you can't fulfill this. Just send us all your product. We had $250,000 worth of gun stuff in his basement. His wife came home one day, and the basement level was just our little office, and just all these racks of gun parts everywhere. We're like, oh, by the way, we expanded the business now. We're doing this. Gina was a saint, And then when did we move in here? Was this 2021?
This is our fourth year in this building.
Yeah, so we moved into here after that, and again, we had all the gun parts in here for a while too. Then,
yep.
And then it just seemed like with we should have had 3 lots ripping around at one time, and we could only afford one, so we went after the highest dollar one and let the other 2 go, which we should have sued all of them. But I don't think psychologically we could have handled that. Lawsuits are awful, man. They just suck. Especially when it turns into a smear campaign, and every single time your lawyer calls, he's like, "Hey, they said this about you." I'm like, those fuckers. Oh my gosh. So that's when it was like, hey, let's stop building companies for other people. And Cigars seems to have a similar customer base in the morals and the values, and the kind of the same person as the gun industry, and we knew we wanted to do something consumable and product based. So that's how we got into cigars.
We had a coffee company first, and then
that's true.
We copy pasted into cigars.
After that guy screwed us.
Yeah, that was one of the.
Coffee seems to do well for some folks, even still doing.
There was a saturation of veteran-owned coffee companies.
Yeah, it's true.
And this is post Black Rifle Coffee IPO for $1.8 billion.
Yeah,
we started the coffee company before they IPO'd, but it was but then they were just popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
We've got a friends of ours that Drifting Drams Coffee out of Tennessee.
Yeah.
And, my God, it's the only thing. I don't really drink coffee. I tell everybody I'm the anomaly. I take a cup and I put it into a protein shake every morning for breakfast.
Yeah.
And, but their coffee is next level, and it's home roasted. So that's my only foray into anything coffee related. And they do a cigar blend that I've yet to find a cigar it doesn't work with.
That's sweet. Yeah, I loved that. I loved that business. It was fun. And the first thing that we did, so when we consulted, what we did is we would make sure that the operations were set up properly to scale. So when we took over the coffee company, we're like, gosh, you got a great mission, you got a great give back, but this coffee's trash.
Yeah.
first thing we did is we interviewed a bunch of roasters and found a local roaster here in Minneapolis that was just doing such good work. Just a small, I say small, but I think they've blown up, but yeah, small, kind of employee run coffee roaster. So we weren't roasting our own coffee, but we were roasting it through a local roaster, and gosh, it was fun. The coffee was great. It was a great environment. It was a good, it was kind of similar to this, but we were just getting into it and the rug got pulled out from under us. So, that's when we wanted to kind of stick in that similar vein, and that's where Founders came from.
So you guys, no,
go ahead.
Go ahead. You guys are in the cigar industry, obviously, and you've been in the coffee industry, and you've been in the weapon industry, per se. Which one you will say it has been the most fun so far? The most fun?
I have two ways to answer that. Gosh, I'll say this. Being in the gun industry, and I think the gun industry to me is like an abusive relationship. When it's good, it's really good. It's just awesome. Like we knew people at Winchester and Suppressor, like anytime, at IWI, and be like, hey, can we get a couple guns for this? We're going to do some demos. And just like 5 guns would show up on your door the next day. We had all the federal licensing and all that. Mm-hmm. Like that part of the gun industry was awesome. The relationships, and there were some really cool people in that. But also the other side of the abusive side of it is like, there are some just
a-holes.
Is this a family-friendly show? I know I sort of.
Kind of. Yeah, but you're good.
I'm sorry.
You can let it slip every once in a while.
My 10-year-old asked if he could watch.
Yeah, I should have asked because I've been a little fast and loose. But there are some just absolute worst people in the gun industry, and so that's how I'll answer the first half of the question. The second half is I'll say that probably the cigar industry. I think the cigar industry, from the support, and my favorite part about going to trade shows is we brought a new guy to the trade show with us this last year, and I was kind of telling him, I was like, yeah, you'll meet people where it feels like a family reunion. And we're walking through, the food court on the first day, and I'm just talking to, and then we run into, Brandon and Kendrick from Apostate, and those guys just like big hug, and we're just talking, it's just like a big catch up. And don't get me wrong, there are some people in the cigar industry, but for the most part, it's like everyone understands that we're not competing against each other. Like we are, but we're not. And we're all in this together. We're all fighting the same fight. We're all trying to do the same things. And so it's so many people are just trying to collaborate and help and be helpful. And so from that perspective, like I love the culture of the cigar industry.
Nice.
I have something to say about that too. Is I completely agree with you that the gun industry was fun. So SHOT Show's going on right now. Yeah. And, of course, all the people that I follow and stuff that are, that used to work within the industry are all in Vegas. They're hitting all of the events and SHOT Show's going on. And I'm feeling a little like, because I went to SHOT Show 10 years in a row, and it was a lot of fun. However, there's so much competition. So if I make a widget for the gun industry, and company A and then company B makes a widget, they hate each other. Yeah. It is cutthroat. Yeah. It is, how can I, smear you? I'm going to stab you. Your product sucks. It's just terrible. I mean, it's like Glock versus Sig, right? And you just go down the line. It's Ford versus Chevy all the way down the line. No, there is no collaboration. No. It is a complete competitive market space. Whereas just how you described it, I mean, the cigar industry is the complete opposite of that. So it's been humbling to go from that type of industry into this industry, and I absolutely am having a blast, and this is way more fun. And I think it's just like I'm not gonna get stabbed in the back while I'm eating my lunch at SHOT Show.
Right.
You can get a stab here and there, but it's a tiny stab. It's not a huge. let's put it that way. But you're totally right. So with weapons and even with coffee, it will be competition all day long. I never met in 3+ years in cigars somebody that another company that you are something or they are you something and they don't help or you help. For instance, somebody needs, I don't know, Arapiraca wrapper, Cobra wrapper, whatever. Ace, you have something? Esteban Carreras, 2 months ago, he called me in Nicaragua. Hey, I hear that you have I said, yeah. Well, you need seven bells. So, okay, no problem. Let's figure out how much it costs and it's yours. You just pay what it costs, plus the shipping, of course, and that's it.
Yeah.
In the weapon or in the coffee, I need 2,500 pounds of the. You need what? Good luck. On the weapons, I need a trigger. It's going to be 2.3 pounds. Blah blah blah. Everything is going for you. So yeah, I agree. It's not as fun. To me, it's more fun shooting than the smoking, or the smoking while shooting is even funnier. But it's even more fun. But yeah, cigars by far is not better industry, different industry. You can help each other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, we'll be right back. We're gonna do a commercial break, and we're gonna do a beard apothecary drawing when we come back.
Go for it.
Some fight battles overseas. Others fight for perfection in every role. Born from discipline, forged in brotherhood. This isn't just a cigar brand, it's a mission. Our mission is to make badass cigars for badass people. Every leaf, hand-selected, every blend, battle-tested, from the first spark to the final draw. PM Cigars deliver strength, honor, and precision. Built by veterans, smoked by legends, Dale Proud. Lock in, stand proud.
All right, we got 55 entries already. Aldi, this is for a what, Aldi?
$25 gift certificate.
Thank you.
There you go.
All right, we're not even going to do the. We're not even going to do the spin. We're just going to do the spin, and if you win,
Just
you
one.
win.
Yeah.
Yeah, just one spin. Here we go. Round and round she goes. Where she stopped, nobody knows. Must be present to win.
Not Angel, not Angel, not Angel, not Angel.
And it come up twice.
Well, there he goes.
Good Smoke's got him a beard.
Oh, I just sent them one.
He might say draw again, but you never know. Oh, look at he said
Nope, he says,
I am here, man. He said that I am quick
Lucky you,
on the
Mason.
draw.
Yep, I got it.
All right.
That's great.
How many people live do you usually typically get?
It depends. It's hard to tell exactly. It looks like there's over 30 watching, but I can't see a couple of the other where we won't show the numbers on some other spots. We've been getting toward around the 100 mark on the entries by the end of the show. So a lot of people in and out, but I'm looking at, and I had to look it up because I did not look it up prior. And so I'd finished the Habano. For me, I enjoyed the Habano. I got some creaminess out of it. It was just a little bit more on the mild, or not that it's not what I expected it to be a little bit, but y'all said it was more of a mild. But I lit up the Maduro, and I am very pleasantly surprised because I don't like all that rich, earthy, blah, blah, but this sucker's hitting nice. And it's actually, there's something different in there. On the website, I didn't even think it's a Mexican wrapper, and it's got the Dominican Olar for the binder, and it says
The Dominican what?
Olar. Olor.
Look at it's twitching.
What?
Okay.
I'm from Texas, man.
Say it loud, Randy. Alor.
Olor Dominican.
Okay.
Yes. Olor.
Okay.
No, Olar.
Well, we put our twang on.
But you say
both.
Olar. That's
that
Russian.
Dominican.
Yeah.
Russian. Olar. No, it's Olor.
Okay. Well, that's what the binder is, and it's got Ivano Seiko and Lajero and
Seiko. What the hell is Seiko? I thought that was a porn star from the 80s. You mean Seiko?
all right. So how are y'all doing?
I put you back. Don't worry, Saldi.
Kicked him back to the green room.
Everything in this cigar is beautiful.
Yes,
Y'all picked some really good tobaccos in here, and I didn't know those were in here, but that's why it's good, because I love, everything in here.
Which
Well,
one do you like?
All the stuff
I
that
really like the Pennsylvania to the filler. That I like that a lot.
Yep.
And
Yep.
it
Yep.
just-
Yep.
It's
Is there a huge difference between the legacy line and the new blends?
I think there was a pretty big difference.
Okay.
The most apparent was going from Ecuadorian Maduro to Mexican San Andreas Maduro. I mean that is a massive.
Yeah, I love Ecuadorian Maduro. Love it.
Yeah, it was. I mean, again, but I think
Really huge
what
difference.
we really saw an upgrade to is Louis Senior at the factory loves Pennsylvania broadleaf. So he's so huge on that in the filler, and so all of ours, our dual wrap, our Connecticut, our Habano, and our Maduro all have broadleaf in the filler, and I think that helps us. Even in our Connecticut, you're still going to get a full flavor profile in that. You're not just going to get some wispy, airy, light smoke. It's going to have some good flavor to it. So,
Well, guys, you made me do it. I never do this, not in your life, anyways. But my next one, just because I'll be asked for it,
He's gonna do the Candela.
you better record this. You will never make me smoke a
fine.
Candela in life.
As soon as he showed us, he sent a picture of the package. I went, "You have to smoke the Candela online. You got to smoke the Candela." And all I got back was, bullshit." He loves Candela.
I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it.
yes.
And I'm gonna like it.
Well, I appreciate you going on the journey with us tonight.
Now he's blended some Candela for me. One of my guys wanted one with the triple with Ligero binder, binder filler, all Ligero with, and he threw a Candela wrapper on it.
Wow.
And there was no reason that it should have tasted as good as it did, but it was nuts.
Botellita size.
Yeah,
That's even worse. It's difficult to do.
Yeah. It's a good one.
We should talk
Candela's
about our
got a-
5-year anniversary cigar.
Yeah. So we do have a new blend coming out. And that's pretty exciting because when we launched, so to give a little history, when we launched our brand, we have hypothesis. We know about the cigar industry. This is where we're going to start. This is where we're going to go. So we said, okay, we need Robusto, Toro, Churchill. We need those. Those are the three most popular sizes. That's what we're going to start with. We also need a Connecticut. We need a Habano. We need a Maduro. And then, but the first cigar we were launched with was our dual wrap. So it was a Habano and a Connecticut, over that blend. That was the first cigar we launched with. So we launched with our dual wrap, and then we filled in with the Connecticut Habano Maduro after that. So then in 2022, we launched our Candela. And so that we haven't launched a cigar in 4 years now. Besides the rebrand and the relaunch and all that. So this is big for us. So October was our 5th year anniversary. And so we are putting together a 5th anniversary cigar. And I think this is the first time we've ever talked about it, except on our Instagram Live and all that. So you guys are getting a breaking exclusive, by the way.
We need one of those breaking news things, Randy.
Yeah. They're,
Something, guys, you have an exclusive. Me smoking a Candela.
Yeah.
Never for no company smoking Candela.
This is a night of exclusives.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. So yeah, what we wanted to do is our 5th anniversary is in October, but it's not a great time to launch a cigar. But this year is America's 250th birthday. And so what we're doing is we've been blending our 5th anniversary cigar. I think that our final versions or some variations on it, some final variations are going to come this week. So we're going to make a final decision this week. And we're going to do 250 boxes, 250 25-count boxes. It's going to be limited size. So we're actually blending it in a Corona size. And I know that, and you guys know this in the cigar industry, like I think that a lot of the people in the cigar industries appreciate a Corona size, but it's not the best seller. Your best sellers are your 6x52, your 6x60, the bigger ring gauges. So we get it. There's that balance between what sells and what the people in the industry really like. But we thought for our 5th anniversary, it'd be a good excuse to blend a Corona because it's gonna be the only size of that blend. So 250 boxes, limited release. Get them while they're good. And do you want to tell him what the wrapper is?
Yeah, you should. I mean,
He don't want to get.
I stay out of the blending. Like, he'll give me a cigar, and I'll be like, "This is good."
Let me tell a story. You know what story I'm going to tell. So when Brian deployed, I was like, this is going to be great. Brian has all the time in the world. So Brian's a family man. He's like a fantastic dad, husband, father. He's such a good family man. Takes his family so seriously. And I'm like, he's going to be overseas. That part of his life doesn't exist right now. So he's going to have all the time in the world to smoke cigars, build his palate, come back, just an absolute, super taster, cigar aficionado. He's going to be able to pull blends out of there, all this stuff or whatever. So when I went to TPA, I went to all these different
PCA. PCA.
No, it's TPA before he left.
No, TPE. TPE. We are TPA. We are TPE. TPE.
It was when you were with Jake, and you and Jake walked around to all the booths, and Jake shot the video, and he sent me that video when I was deployed of all those different people were like, "Hey, Brian,
but remember,
we miss you."
But I got all the cigars before you deployed, so that would have been TPE.
But you shipped them to me when I was over there. I didn't take them with me.
I thought I gave them to you in that case. Remember, because I lasered that case for you.
You shipped it to me. I swear you shipped it to me.
No, because I went to your house and I gave it to you before you left because I didn't know what day you were actually going to leave. We lost.
And we're going to commercial. No, just kidding.
You guys got big screen because you were beat.
Like, oh no, we lost them. It's just us. It's just us girls talking now. Anyway, so I went to TPE and I kid you not, hundreds of cigars from all these different manufacturers, and as like a gift package for Brian to go and come and like smoke cigars and just broaden his horizons, because he is a founder's man to the core. Like he's a founder's man to the core. And so when he came back from his deployment, I'm like, dude, how are all those cigars? He's like, you know what? I just smoked all the founders ones that you gave me, and I just handed out all the other ones to all my friends. And just like I was just a cigar guy, so everyone at the base, I just gave all the other cigars to. I'm like,
oh Lord,
you got to be kidding me. That is not what I wanted you to do. So anyway, yeah. So I tried to set him up to smoke as many cigars as possible, and he is just a founder's man through and through.
Hey, so for all of you brands that donated, they went to a good cause.
They did. They went to a fantastic cause. I mean, guys downrange smoking some of the best cigars on the planet, so it was fantastic. But yeah, so I went down to the factory. I did a lot of the blending. I'm a huge food snob, and I think that's helped a ton, like just the different flavor profiles. And even when I was blending at the factory, I was able to relate the different flavors that I was getting to different kinds of food, and my brain works in weird ways, so I was seeing shapes and all dumb stuff like that, but it made sense in my brain. But anyway, yeah, so for this blend, it's going to be a 5.5 by, is it 42? I don't even know what I had for breakfast
with a Corona,
let alone my
it's a 5.5 by 42.
Yeah, so we're blending Corona and we're doing it in Pennsylvania broadleaf. So that's going to be the wrapper, and our goal is to have a very robust, the heaviest cigar that we have, but still go full flavored with it. So I can give you all the reasons why. I think with the 250th birthday, having a leaf from Pennsylvania is very fitting for the birth of our country and a lot of the history around that. The cigar is going to be called the Declaration. So it's if you know our cigars, and for anyone listening that doesn't know our cigars, all of our cigars are named after historical U.S. figures. They all have a unique silhouette on there, and that's a little strategic, where there's 3 ways that a consumer can call out our cigar in a store: by the unique color, by the unique individual on the cigar, or by the wrapper. So someone could go and say, hey, I want the Connecticut, or hey, I want the green one, or hey, I want the Franklin. Those are all the same cigar, but it gives the consumer 3 different ways to call out one of our cigars. On this one, we're not doing a silhouette. We're actually doing a silhouette of an eagle on it. So it's going to be the same wrapper style, meaning same cigar brand style, but it's going to be red, white, and blue with an eagle on it. It's going to be called the Declaration, and it's Pennsylvania broadleaf.
I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, you have it at Pennsylvania broadleaf, and then a Corona is going to be
I know. We smoked it. It was like for the first time like 2 months ago, and it was just it was awesome. yeah, we got to do this more. We got to blend more cigars. This is fun. So yeah, I'm excited to see these next two small versions of this. You know, and yeah, I see there's a question about, are there leaves that we want to work with, what we haven't worked with yet? Yeah, I mean, Pennsylvania broadleaf is one of those. Really wanted, we went back and forth because the three of us, you know, before Nate got brought on, our third partner's name is Josh, huge cigar background, he's a banker. And so Corojo is another one that we really want to blend with as well. So
I want to do a Bach press.
I was just thinking about that, Randy, because I'm like, I know I was just in a conversation with that. I was wrong. Yeah. I was wrong. Yeah. I thought it was the same silhouette. I just remembered the colors, and I forgot that it was the silhouettes. And Angel, we do think you're crazy, but that had nothing to do with the silhouettes.
Well, I mean, you know, it's just like, this does not look like you. That looks more like Mike that he's fighting.
Yeah,
they're
fighting. Like Mike, yeah.
Yep.
And I don't know what's happening here.
That's got to be AI, right?
Oh yeah. All day long.
That's
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
One picture that I did, and then it morphed into videos.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So our long-term goal with this 5th-year blend is we are releasing this as an exclusive. You know, we're not just going to kind of backdoor it into our production line. You know, this is the 250 boxes. The Corona is going to be the exclusive. And then what we'll probably do for 2027 is we'll reblend that cigar with the same wrapper, but in our 6x50 Toro. So our entire line is 6x50 Toros. And then we'll assign it a silhouette and a name. And then the version 2.0 of it with the same wrapper will make it into our production line. So, but we're pumped about this Corona. I mean, it's a great cigar. So far, we're excited to see these last couple versions, just see if we want to make any minor tweaks. But yeah, so you heard it here first. The declaration coming.
That's freaking cool, man.
Releasing that PCA.
Angelo, which one do you? No, I want to ask you what's your favorite. Which one of the founders? Well, let me go to Brian first, because since he only smokes, what do you like to smoke out of your line? What do you typically smoke more of, or do you just smoke them all?
I would probably pick up the Maduro if you had a gun to my head and I had to make a choice. It'd be the Maduro.
Well, I can see why. Now I'm wanting to. I just looked up what the barber pole has, and it's got a lot of the same
binder filler. The Connecticut, the dual wrap, and the Maduro have the same binder filler.
I can tell you something, guys. For me, because I don't like candelas, okay, and I've been blending for 30 years, I don't like whatsoever. So when somebody tells you something is going to be very good, and then you see it and you say, it's not that good, like a movie, and you fall asleep. I was on my mind thinking that this cigar, I'm not going to like it at all. Well, it's not that I don't like it. I love it. And this cigar, it put the Habano that I smoke from you guys, that I have this left, to shame. Now, I know what you did, guys. I know what you did, and I'm going to tell you what you did. You put double ligero muda than that one, a little more second, less piso. And this cigar is freaking amazing. I cannot taste the candela whatsoever. Mm-hmm. And I guarantee you that's what you guys did. Tell me I'm wrong. You did that.
Well, first off, thank you.
Absolutely.
And I'll tell a little anecdotal story with that. So when we launched that cigar, we thought it was good. And we were listening to a podcast with some pretty well-known people in the industry, and they were asking, hey, what are you smoking? And they were like, hey, I'm smoking a lot of Candelas. And the person's like, Candela? Like, no one smokes Candela. And the person was like, I tell you what, if you're not smoking the Apostate Feathered Serpent or the Founders Candela, you're doing it wrong. Those are the only two that you need. And I was like, did not expect that at all. So that is incredibly high praise. Thank you. And yes, it is. There's a lot of stuff to that blend that makes it what it is.
Well, I'll add on to that, because we've said in many of the circles that we're in this community, and it was 2 Candelas. It was the Founders Candela and Silent Hero Candela. That was the top 2 right there.
I tell you, if somebody smoked this blindfolded, I guarantee you, and not because I want to put this out of my ass, I guarantee you, about 85 to 90% I will say that is a Corojo wrapper, no a Candela. It tastes like a Corojo wrapper. In my mind, I already came with it. But I had to do it because Aldi. So I trust him and say I'm going to do it. It's way better. No, way better. No, it's 100%, 1,000% times better than I thought it's going to be. But that extra ligero and seco over there with a little less of piso, oh, you kill it. Yes, honey.
All I know is I heard something about his ass, and I lost it after that. I was trying to figure out what you were saying. What were you saying about what happened?
What happened where?
You said something about, you were talking about your ass. And I'm like, what?
I say, I'm not talking out of my ass.
Okay.
I say out of my ass. I say, no, you know, so, but this, you're blindfolded. I would not say it's a Candela whatsoever. I would say it's a Corojo, maybe a dark Sumatra per se, as a wrapper, because normally they give you that grassy taste, whatever. It doesn't. It's good. But because they change, and I guarantee you, and tell me if I'm wrong, they put double the ligero that they did in the Habano. They put a little more seco than the Habano, a little less viso than in the Habano. And with this wrapper, you don't even taste the wrapper at all.
Yeah.
Which the wrapper anyway is 6 to 8%, no matter what people say. 6 to 8% is a lab already. The laboratories already tell you that. No, it doesn't smell like a Candela, and it smell make kudos. I'm sorry, but your Habano was good. This just killed your Habano. You kill your own cigar. I'm sorry.
Okay. That's so good. I love it too, because I've always told people that I also think that that's our mildest cigar from strength, but I also think it's our most complex in flavor. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those ones where those two people are like, well, if I want a flavorful cigar, I'm going to wake up with it in the morning and it's super heavy. And I'm like, no. That cigar that you're smoking is our most complex cigar and it's our mildest.
This Candela Retrohale, if you are not a person that normally retrohale cigars, it will make you cry. With the Habano, it didn't. It's very mild. This is not mild. This medium to full, to be honest with you, is not mild. This cigar is not mild whatsoever. Okay. It is not. It's way more complex than the Habano. I didn't smoke the other ones, but it's way more complex than the Habano by 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's phenomenal. Yeah. And I never smoke a Candela. This one I'm going to smoke all the way to here. Yeah.
And you said this. What's your prostate? Because I have not had that yet. What's your prostate?
Feathered Serpent.
Feathered Serpent. Okay. I got to put that on the list.
Which they have Corojo in their filler as well.
Okay.
Yep.
I need to take notes.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, this wrapper is toothy. I'm gonna see if I can. Let me see if I can show you.
Give me toothy. I'm gonna give you toothy.
You gotta knock your tooth out.
No, like I'm talking about like where do I need to go?
We can see it. Stop moving.
Right there.
Yeah.
Man, I like that.
I know. And that's, everything with Lewis is draw tested and they're just fanatics about consistency and quality. And we don't know this. These are handmade objects, but Lewis is one of those guys that takes, inconsistencies personally. Like, Lewis, like, it happens. He's like, but he's one of those guys that's just such a fanatic around, the product that comes out of his factory. So
this one is way better draw than the Habano. In my situation, it could be the weather, it could be whatever, but this is a better draw by far. So I can enjoy way more. The other one, it was very good. This one is phenomenal. I can tell you that. Say toothy again, Randy. Say toothy again. What it was?
Toothy.
Bye.
Green room timeout.
You really messed up when you gave Ish control.
Hey.
I gotta, let's see.
No, don't take my rights away. An American citizen.
So Brian, I get that you smoke primarily Founders. What got you into cigars before that? It had to be something that you were smoking that brought you into the world of it.
There's not one specific cigar. It's just the experience. And, you know, so I grew up in the 80s. I'm 43. I'm a little bit older than the baby over here. And my dad smoked pipe tobacco in the house. I grew up in a small town in South Dakota. And so, like, all my childhood memories, I had an older brother. Then we would, after dinner, almost every night, he had his recliner, and he'd light up his pipe tobacco. And then he smoked cigars. I don't think he smoked cigars in the house. It was more of like with the guys, you know, we'd have barbecues and stuff, or he'd go golfing or whatever, and he'd smoke cigars then. And then, you know, I mean, I think I smoked a cigar when I graduated high school, like everyone does, back when you could be 18.
Yeah.
And then my first like good cigar experience was on my first deployment. I would have been 18 or 19. No, I think I would have been 19 on my first deployment. I'm over in the Middle East. I'm with some weathered, you know, guy that's been in for 10, 15 years, and he hands me some cigar, and we're sitting on the tailgate of a V, you know, in the middle of the desert, and we're just, you know, doing life over in some country that we really don't care about, right? And we're smoking a cigar, and it was a great time. And then we had, you know, a smoke pit, and we'd get together on our days off and smoke cigars, and so, yeah, I mean, that's my journey. And then I honestly, like, I chewed tobacco, and I was heavy into chewing tobacco, Copenhagen wintergreen. I mean, I'd go through a roll or a log, but I got into cigars after this guy reintroduced. I mean, the cigars were just something you do with your buddies on a deployment or to celebrate something. And that's been my journey up until, like, I don't know, the last probably 6-7 years ago, whatever. And that's when I really started getting into the cigars and then expanding my palate. And dude, I have a second grade palate still, for sure.
He doesn't give himself enough credit, but it's getting there.
Yeah.
Angelo, what about you?
Yeah, for me it was I remember, so my dad was a doctor, so we traveled a lot when I was a kid, and I remember being placed and I was smelling cigars and just loving that, just feeling and smelling it. So I probably associated it with travel and just relaxation and all that. And then a friend of mine, his grandpa smoked when we were fishing, so just always having that, like, you know, that smell and just those. I think it's all the memories. But for me too, it was, you know, I think some of my fondest memories is, and even some of the cigars I feel fondest of, you know, whenever people ask, like, what's you know, some of your favorite cigars, I'm like, well, it really has nothing to do with a cigar. You know, I can think of, you know, a Drew Estate Undercrown. I have a huge affinity for just their blue label. I think it's their Maduro. And because a friend of mine, John Puller, and I, we would sit under his deck when we were just new dads figuring out life. And that was like the first box of cigars we bought together. We would just smoke those. And to me, it was like, wow, I actually bought a box of cigars. And now we're sitting here talking about jobs, life, early kids, and all that. And so, you know, it's always been around kind of the memories of cigars. And then, you know, really in that 2020 year, just seeing the community and the mental health and just all the good that comes out of it. I mean, I think some of my best experiences I've had in cigar lounges. You know, I had a great experience with Jake out in Virginia, where we left a dinner once, got invited to a dinner, and, you know, we're driving back to his house, and he goes, you know what's cool about that dinner? I'm like, I mean, that dinner was awesome. He's like, there was all of us around that table. The guy that got up and left early, you know, he was a military guy. You'd never know that he was heading home to go, you know, meet his husband. The guy he was sitting next to was a 2-star general. The two people that were sitting next to him are independently wealthy and have probably more money than everyone in that room combined, you know, and just all the different walks of life around that table. And none of that came up. None of that mattered. And we were just sharing a meal and drinks and cigars and, you know, just not really caring about the stuff the news tells you need to care about. So,
right. Yeah. We talked about it a lot on here. It could be the crappiest cigar you've ever smoked, but it's about the experience, who you smoked it with, and that it's the memories that you create with it. There's no perfect smoke. We always say there's no perfect smoke. It's a perfect situation.
Right.
Experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I'm watching.
Well, let's go to a commercial and do a giveaway. It's going to be the Haze Gray 4-pack. So
we talked about this a little bit. We have some sample packs to give away, but I don't know if we've got time to do that.
We have
we have time.
Okay. We've got 3 sample packs that we can send out to your audience. So
nice.
However you want to do that.
Yep, we'll do that here in a little bit. Let's go to this one. We'll come back and we'll do the Haze Gray 4-pack. It's going to be winner's choice.
Savor every moment with Haze Gray Cigars. Each blend is crafted for bold flavor, veteran-inspired character, and premium construction. From smooth and approachable to rich and complex in flavor, Haze Gray delivers a cigar for every palate. Now available our new release, Irmãos do Mar. Order Haze Gray Cigars online at Fat Boys Cigars and from Wolfpack Cigar Club and the Cigar Vault, Oakdale. Visit our website for a list of nationwide retail lounges and to grab some cool Haze Gray merch to rep our brand. As always, we've got your sticks.
Yes, sir. Rui, Val, and Pedro over there's just some great people. Do you guys know them, right? Brian and Angelo. Val just said she loves a good Candela, and she knows what she's stocking up on at Sheepdog.
Okay. Well, thanks for your support.
Yeah.
So we had to the team.
Val is the glue that keeps Haze Gray together.
Okay.
That's our gal Val.
Our gal Val. They should probably trademark hashtag our gal Val.
Right.
You guys just had them on. Was that last week?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. And then HDA. So when we came on the scene 5 years ago, like there's been some other brands that have been, putting their veteran foot forward, and one of them was HDA. I know nothing about Zach and is it Andre? And
yeah.
I hear they got great cigars, and then these Haze Grays guys. I don't know anything about them other than I've just seen them on Instagram. They're all over Instagram.
Yep, that's all Val. She's badass. She knows how to work it. And their cigars are fantastic.
How do you say their new cigar, John?
The new Haze Gray.
Yeah. I'm probably saying that wrong too, but I don't care. I say it better than
You're close.
You might know the guy who blended that one. One, that's their new cigar is fantastic. It's delicious.
All right. Well, let's do a giveaway for the Haze Gray 4-pack. It's going to be winner's choice. We're going to go ahead and draw for this. We got a little over 60 entries. You cannot win again. Must be present to win. Who's going to win this one? Make sure you refresh if you haven't.
Talking about Valerie. There you go.
Okay, Val. Do you want me to respin, Val? Do you want me to?
Yeah, I guarantee that.
No. Give her one of the 3.
Yeah, we'll send her one of ours.
Yeah, we'll send. That's a great idea. We'll send her.
And now you can do. You see, so you have one winner already.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
If Val's okay with that.
I'm sure she is.
Yeah, I don't think she's not going to.
I'm probably she won 3 candelas. Yes, saying.
All right, Whiskey Kid, let us know you're here. Whiskey Kid.
Who's Whiskey Kid?
I don't know if I've ever seen Whiskey.
I never seen before. That's
unless it's a different
name or whatever. But
it's probably Randy.
No.
You're here, Whiskey Kid.
Probably it's Amanda.
She's at a ball game. Or she's asleep. Maybe he's not here. Or he or she. Nobody's.
10 more seconds, man. 10 more seconds.
Oh, man.
5,
close.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. We're going to draw again. No Whiskey Kid.
Yep.
Round and round she goes where she stopped. Nobody knows who's going to be. Nick, let us know you're here.
Whiskey Kid just said he's here.
Whiskey Kid just popped in.
Oh my God.
Bummer.
You won.
Nick? I know what happens sometimes, man.
Phone won't let him comment.
It's 45 seconds, guys.
If not,
Nick, did Nick leave?
I know, right?
I don't know.
Nick
Uh-oh.
is
Where you at, Nick?
TikTok, Nicky, TikTok.
Okay, he hit 45.
Boom.
Oh, there you go. Anthony, the winning Guinness.
The winning Guinness.
I wonder if he is on here. He's gonna be mad. Ooh, I bet he's at work too right now. He's like, oh man, can't get my phone. He's dropping his phone. It fell under the desk and he can't.
Well, he's like 93, isn't he?
He said redraw. He wants Founders.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. All right, here we go. Tony.
No, Tony's here for sure.
I just know you hear Tony.
Tony's here for sure.
Greediness loses, he says.
What's going on today?
Right?
He said no one else is.
I know it's like usually here lately, man, people been Johnny on the spot, getting it out there.
It was last week. It was boom, 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was like that.
Oh yeah.
I got my finger on the draw button.
We've never had to do that.
Never.
Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Dang, this is a lot. Who's gonna be? Big He said, I'm here in case nobody else is.
You better say now that you're here. You better say
Let
now
him know
that-
you're here, Brian. Do it again, Brian.
Don't tell me he went to the bathroom. God, Brian,
Oh.
tell me please that you don't want to take a leak. Brian, I will test you, but I
There he
can't.
is.
Oh, thanks God. Thanks
All
God.
right. I think aren't
Wow.
those cigars in the big fellas?
I don't know. I don't think
I
so.
don't think so. Not yet.
So,
I'm getting the
after he
Haze
smoked
Gray
them,
mixed up with
after he
them.
smokes them,
His big
Brian,
fellas,
Brian and his brother Mike have one of the coolest mobile lounges in Illinois.
Brian and Mike.
Yeah,
Yep.
it is really like you're in there, you don't even realize you're in a mobile lounge. It is really
Oh,
well.
not yet. He hasn't. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So your choice 4-pack, you can just message them. They're on here, so you can just message them if you want, Brian. Or y'all may have each other's phone numbers, I'm sure. Where were we at? Because that kind of got me all
It's
jacked up.
it's 2 more from
Oh,
Founders.
we'll have 2 more.
When it goes to Valerie, remember, when it goes to Valerie.
Argavel.
Man,
You're welcome, Val. You see, the Spaniards sometimes thinks, you know.
Crazy like a fox.
She cannot win hit on the product.
I noticed y'all said so you guys are in Minnesota, or that's where you're. So how does I don't know if we've talked about the fulfillment, or if you want to, or if anybody else is out there. Like, how does that work and all that?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you guys have heard anything about the state of Minnesota.
Oh yeah.
recently. Just an absolute powder keg over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So kind of going back to, so Brian is just operational savant. He's the whole reason why we're organized and keep our heads on. So the way that we did it is, again, when we came into the cigar industry, we had an idea. Like, we had a goal. That's why we always ask our consulting clients, like, what's your goal? Well, our goal was to sell cigars to consumers. So we just made a list. We need cigars, and we need barcodes, and we need packaging, and we need bands, and we need cellophane, and we need boxes. And so we just went down the list. Then with that too, we already had the gun fulfillment center set up. So we had like a shipping computer and inventory management system and all these just things that helped us do our job better. Because when we went to our first trade shows, it was crazy to us that people were like, yeah, we've got these cigars. You can buy them now, and we don't really know when they're going to ship. I mean, that's not really a gross oversimplification of the cigar industry, but it's pretty close. So we're like, well, let's not do that. Let's never be out of stock, and let's always have a good expectation. And we'll send a order confirmation email and a shipping confirmation email and a delivery confirmation email. Just some of the basics that we thought were basic to how you handled your operations. And we found out that really wasn't the standard. And so got introduced to a brand pretty early on who was with another distributor fulfillment center. And they liked that when they called, we picked up the phone and we were responsive and we had a really clean environment for doing this. And we were pretty centrally located. I mean, we're basically 2-day shipping everywhere if your name's not John. And,
Yeah.
So, and so I think because of that, I mean, Minneapolis is pretty centrally located for everywhere. We're a Delta hub where we it's really easy for us to do that. So we just looked at what our strengths are and some of the things that we do just as business guys is we're like, hey, we have this infrastructure. If we ship more cigars, our costs don't go up. So we're already doing this every single day. We can do this for other people every single day, and we'll just do it as a fulfillment center. So that was kind of the idea behind it. And then there were a couple hurdles along the way. I went and testified in front of the Minnesota State House of Representatives to change some of the tax stuff and get some of that stuff figured out. But I mean, other than that, has been incredibly smooth sailing as it relates to
apply for some daycare grants. And I'm just kidding. I digress. I digress.
That's actually how we've stayed afloat. We're
Watch out, Nick Shirley's listening.
No, actually, I was just funny story is so Nate and I, we both do contract security for fun and make some extra money. So Nick comes to town and one of the contractor companies that we do security for got the contract, and Nate did security for Nick when he was going around to all these different what is it, the Leering Center. So Nate was there in the background, not on camera, but he was. So we do EP work, which is executive production work for some contract companies. So he was lucky to pick up that job. That was fun.
Nice. I got choked up somehow. I don't know what happened. I think I swallowed my coffee wrong. I need a hack.
But so back to fulfillment. I mean, we just, like Angela said, I mean, we have a streamlined process. I'm a systems guy, so I'm all about connecting systems together from websites to our inventory management system. We do a pick, pack, ship. So so John, you're a broker, right? You're on the road. The way that our reps, they each have a seat in our CRM system. We use a system called HubSpot. So all they do is they put in their order right through the system. They create a new deal, and that goes right into our inventory management system, receives that new order from a shop, and then here in the warehouse we just pick, pack, and ship it. And so it's a very streamlined process from a B2C perspective, but also a B2B, and then outside sales guys that are out there, boots on the ground in the shops. Very easy for them to streamline that. And that is a service that we then extend to all of our brands. So when we take on a client, they get full access to all of the services and the systems that we do internally.
Is it cigars only? Is that what is it just?
Well, it's funny. The answer is yes and no.
I mean, we
had a guy approach us recently who
body armor.
Well, I go to church with a guy who is a booming business, and I just met up with him for coffee, and he was asking questions about my business. I was asking questions about his business, and I was talking about the fulfillment center. He's like, I'm literally looking for a fulfillment center. We can't handle all the work that we're doing right now. He's like, would you guys take that on for us? I was just like, I mean,
all right,
yeah, why not? But again, it's just, we get orders. It's the same thing, whether it's, cigars, coffee, widgets, whatever. It's the same process. An order shows up in our inventory management system. We get a bill and we pick, pack, and ship on the credit card and ship it out. So, it can be scaled.
Storage is your biggest issue at that point.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, our constraint. We've got our humidor, which is right here, holds 200,000 cigars right now. So we're at like 50% capacity. So if there's any brands out there that are listening that just are tripping over themselves trying to figure out what they're going to do with fulfillment, kick it our way.
Yeah, and it's funny too because we do it a little different. And there's all the big hitters in the fulfillment world. You've got the guys in Reno, Florida. Some people who do it as kind of a side thing for what they do. And we approach it a little differently where we treat it like an actual service. And my whole value proposition, I was talking to a brand, 3-4 months ago, is we have a small fixed fee, like a small fixed monthly fee. And the guy was kind of hemming and hawing about it. He's like, well, I could go rent my own space and I could do all this myself. I'm like, yeah, but what you're telling me is you're going to spend more money than I'm going to bill you, like a very nominal fixed fee. And that really is just for the space and the extra insurance that we cover and some of the incidentals. You're going to spend more money than that to more than triple the amount of work that you have to do, let alone build a brand, sell, market, all that stuff. I was like, so for less than a cost of a part-time employee, you literally have a full-scale fulfillment operation. Yep. I was like, so that's your trade-off. I was like, yeah, it's a small nominal fee. And we've even talked about like, yeah, if you're doing volume, that nominal fee to us doesn't matter. And if that's a deal breaker for you and you're doing a ton of volume, like we can talk about that, but it's just for us a way for us to carry some extra insurance for you and, kind of make sure that the operation center can run, especially in the slow months too. So, but yeah, we bill it. And I know we do it different. But at the same time, I think we do it fantastic. And that's my value pitch where I'm like, you could pay someone more money than you'll pay me and they won't do it as good as us. And that's simple, but that's the truth.
Yeah, and I think one of the number one killers of the smaller brands is the shipping piece of it and how fast they can get it out. And if they've got so much going on, well, I got the kids I got to drop off, and I got this I got to deal with, and I got that, and it's just like when the cigars are then pushed secondary and into third place, you're sitting back and it's like those orders got to go, and that's a killer. That's a killer.
Absolutely, and we get it because we're also a brand.
Right.
And we have a long-term goal with this. Our long-term goal, I don't know what the term 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, we want a fully funded inside sales team. So we want to get to the point where we have an inside sales team. We're in 100 and, somewhere south of 200 shops right now. That's our active account list. We've got 3,000 contacts in our CRM. So it's like, I would love, I can't wait till I have 5 people in this office that all they do is they call those shops for all of our brands in the humidor, and now we're also selling for you. So that's a long-term goal of ours, and I know that that's a small thing too. But I mean, we understand what it's like to build a small brand. You could spend all your time, and you should spend all your time doing those revenue-generating activities to get that sale and to build your brand and to do the marketing. But it's also a full-time job to ship all that stuff too.
Yeah,
it is.
That's what we tell people. It's like, I get it. I understand that this small nominal amount of money is different than the other big fulfillment centers in the country. The thing is, when you call the phone number, it'll ring every single owner at the company. You have all of our cell phones directly. We're going to pick up the phone. If you need us to do something, like it's 9 o'clock on a Tuesday and we're in the office right now. Like I can't tell you how many times, like we live 12 minutes away from our office. I can't tell you how many times I've had a customer say, I need something out in the morning. I'll either drive to the office that night so I can drop it off right away in the morning, or I'll go even before the post office shuts, or drive it down to the airport just to make sure it's on the next flight. It's like we're nimble and we can do that. And at the same time, it's like, I don't want to tell people because I also want to be rude. It's like, you're thinking too small. You're thinking too small with the amount of money that you're going to spend, with the hours and hours and hours that you're going to free up to generate revenue for you.
Did y'all see y'all CRM covers everything that y'all did? Like it is like a one system that, and I'm asking because I'm looking for something for my smaller brand, not to use fulfillment yet, obviously, but something that I can use that doesn't break my bank.
Yeah.
Have y'all run across anything like that?
Randy, you and I could chat offline. I have a software background, so I've worked in the software industry. It's an inside joke, but
yep.
I understand how these systems work, and I've looked at all of them, and the one that we use is fantastic.
Brian, what have you not done?
Interpretive dance.
Yeah.
The year's not over. It's a
Not
whole year.
Not professionally, just yeah.
How do you guys deal with the monster that is California now?
Yeah, I mean,
Never heard of her.
yeah,
Say no more.
No, it's so
we went back and forth.
we went back and forth a ton on this, and originally for us, so we did the just standard cost analysis on, okay, here's our active customer base in California. This is what it's going to cost us to get our UTL. Is it worth it? Due to some deals that we signed at the end of the year, it actually is. So it's worth it. So we did the second round of UTL. So we're in the process of getting the UTL filed. We submitted everything for the first thing. Now we're in the second phase of that. So
We're not on the list yet.
we're not on the list yet, but we are in the process of the UTL. And I hate the UTL because everything that you read, California's like, oh no, I mean, we're only going to enforce this against like blatantly flavored stuff, and like, oh, it's like we're the good guys. Like,
No, you're not.
all right, Gestapo, no, you're not.
You're full of
This
shit.
is a shakedown. This is an absolute shakedown. It's a money grab, and what you're doing is you're writing a blueprint for every other state to follow you that just wants to do another money grab and just make it difficult for everyone else too. But I digress. So anyway, yes, we are going through the UTL. Once we submit everything for our UTL, we're going to do the UTL process for our customer that wants this, and then we're going to offer that to our other customers or our clients and say, hey, if you want to get on the UTL, and if this is worth it to you, we'll go through that process for you. And that's the thing too, where, you know, as a fulfillment company too, you know, one of our clients that we've had the longest time, we do a weekly call with them, and we've done joint events with them. We did Sturgis. We went to Sturgis as a couple brands. So we've done stuff like that. So we try to add value as much as we can. We also want to provide services from the perspective of, we're brand owners. We know what this is like. So we want to get on a weekly call and say, what are you doing? You know, even this customer, like they've got a whole team behind them. And I did a whole like pricing exercise with them. I said, hey, I know you're doing this and this, but let's look at this and look at your box count. And so we try to really provide kind of strategic direction as well, and just help brands. Because the biggest thing is, like, we're fighting fires, and we're fighting, you know, we're just going a million miles an hour all the time. So we try to come in and lean on that business development side of the stuff that we've done, and just really add value there too. So that's what I feel like we also do different. We want to be a partner.
We brought all of our experience in the firearms consulting into the fulfillment business. So this is not something that is new to us. I mean, we're having strategy calls with our fulfillment clients. We don't get paid to hop on a strategy call, but the more successful you are, the more successful we are, right? So it's a partnership. And so that's the value add that we add to as a fulfillment center for someone that has a small brand.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it at length, and the whole idea is the AG's just not doing their job. They're just making it. They're just blanket statement the whole thing. And if they really wanted to generate revenue, they should just put together a task force like they do for cigarettes and for alcohol, and get guys to go in and underage to go in and whatever they're doing and go in. Because I can tell you right now, there's never been a time when I've bought a cigar that has been advertised as a premium cigar, and I found out it was flavored afterwards. That's never happened, because they'll never make it in the industry.
Do you want to talk about this thing that happened here?
Oh,
so we're a warehouse. We don't publish our address online. We don't want people showing up here. It's, you know, we publish a PO box, you know, basically. And so you should just tell the sir about that.
yeah. So we have a retail license, and we have the distributor license in the state of Minnesota. And so the city that we're in just assumed that we were selling face to face. So they sent 2 police officers to our building, and we sublease a part of the warehouse. So it's not, we don't own the building. We don't, you know, occupy the entire space.
We don't have a big Founders sign on the front.
Yep. And so the reception lady, and she's a nice lady, she texts me and she's like, hey, 2 police officers are here. They want to talk to you. And I was like, about what? And they were literally doing a sting. It was, you know, some guy that looked a little bit younger, and he was trying to come in and buy, you know, cigars, you know, and pretend and then not produce his, you know, age or whatever and see if we were going to sell underage or not card him or whatever. And then so she got his number. I ended up calling him, and I'm talking to this sergeant or detective, whatever, and I'm explaining to him our operations. And there's just no one that does business like this in the state of Minnesota. So this was an anomaly, and he was just like couldn't wrap his head around it.
Yeah, and what's funny too is I think it was like 20 minutes prior to that, I got a phone call. It's like, hey, I'm looking for your store. And because we get these calls all the time about our PO box. I'm in your. It looks like a post office. Where's your cigar? I'm like, oh, sorry, But this one was different. It's like, I'm looking for your store on XYZ Street, and I'm like, I don't publish that anywhere. I'm like, yeah, I think you're looking for the wrong thing. We're just a warehouse. And then that's when Brian gets the text like 20 minutes later, like, these guys showed up. I told him, I don't work for you. Like, you can't go up there. Like, you're not you're not welcome here. And like,
That's crazy.
And then Brian, because we have our retail license and 2 distributor licenses, and like, well, what do you mean you sell without? I'm just like,
when the Department of Revenue showed up with that guy with the chain and his badge, that was hilarious because they came to audit us. The Department of Revenue, that was funny. They literally looked like they were trying to do some sting operation.
Yeah, because it's like the tobacco ordinances were written in like the 70s, and when the internet didn't exist and the third party age verification and all that stuff didn't exist, so they're just like, wait a minute, so you sell but you like don't see the people? I'm like, yeah, have you heard about the internet? Like,
the guy was 90 something years old. I mean,
Yeah.
he'd been working for the Department of Revenue for 60 years.
yeah, it looked at me like I had a horn growing out of my head, and I'm just like, yeah, I have like third party, like federally registered, like legit
Age verification and all that.
And
Yeah.
you're like, okay, but you don't sell to people. I'm like, no, like
No.
you could walk in here with a wad of cash, and I'm not going to sell you anything. Like, it's not how we do things here.
Too much at stake. We're all good. Yeah, that's
No.
You can go to the Leering Center now. They may say
Yeah.
something.
Yep.
I'm mostly sorry to say, but because it happened to me, mostly somebody that is just jealous of your success. Say, let's fuck with these guys. And they go and do this and do this and do that. And it happened to me. So I have on my shop, my house, I got the DEA and I got the TTB, my house, twice. And I just laugh. I say, come inside. No. I say, come inside. I say, I'm not going to be outside. I'm sweating. Come inside. And they start to look to the cameras and say, blah, blah. It's like, tell me, what you want? It's like it's a stupidity. Just people jealous that they just put your name out. That's it. It's nothing else. It's not, oh, the computer told me shut up. No, it's not that. Somebody just write you out and that's it. Hey, guess what? You survive. They not.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
exactly. It is funny. We always say
He's
that
got accused of rolling cigars at his house, and they were showing him pictures from him rolling in Cuba. Like,
They come to my house and say, whoa, we want to do this because we have these 5 pictures. I say, okay, what was this? I say, Cuba 2018. What was that? I say, France 2019. What was this? Different countries. I say, you guys, you the freaking DA and the TTB is something very clear. I never masquerade my picture. Just right click and it will take you exactly where my picture was taken, the day and the time and everything. I say, no, I say, what you want?
Yeah.
Who called me? Well, it was the computer. I say, teaching computer. I say, yeah. Okay, whatever. Okay, sorry for the inconvenience. Get the fuck out.
Well, we are coming to the end, so we'll get to those drawings in a minute. But I wanted so the declaration is releasing PCA or
Yep.
Yeah, we'll start shipping at PCA or after PCA.
New Orleans.
Are you guys going to PCA? Anyone on this group?
I'll
Not
be
this
there.
year. No,
I'll
this
be
year.
there with the boys.
No, this year I say no for
Okay.
personal reasons. No, for nothing else. Personal reasons, and I say no.
Yeah.
I'll make sure you get to meet. Well, you'll meet. Well, no, if you guys aren't going to be, you're not coming. No one's coming up. You guys, it's just going to be Nate at the Sheepdog.
Is he going back?
He's heading to Florida, so he's going to try to work that in.
Okay.
He's going to be in Florida, and he was going to extend his trip a week and drive up from Florida to.
So we're in Florida.
I don't know. I think he's. I don't know actually. I don't know where.
If he's southeast, I'm here. So whatever they need, or he or she or whatever need, hey, I'm here.
Okay.
I'll be in Orlando first week in February.
Orlando is 2.5 hours north of me.
Yeah. You guys know any good lounges up there?
In Orlando, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a few. I can, after the show, I can tell you a few that absolutely yes.
We're not going to TPE. We didn't go to TPE last year. We're not going to TPE this year.
Yeah, we
did it 3 years and that is it.
Ish, do you ever go to TPE?
As a matter of fact, this it will be if I can still go the first year. But again, I'm not going with cigars. It's a cigar, but it's called a hollow point. So I put the cell, you put the grain. Yeah, you can put broccoli on it, pie tobacco, whatever you want. So I might try this time because it's just a fixed price. It's $3,500 and that's it.
Yeah.
And in fact, they pay for the hotel and they pay for everything.
Yeah.
So I might do it, but I never been in TPE before.
Justin?
We liked it the first couple of years we went because they had that pavilion. So it was so easy. You show up, you bring a couple boxes of cigars, you put your display up, you fly in, you fly out, you go home. But it seemed like in the last couple of years, there was so much more of an emphasis on everything non-cigars that it was just, it was like the aisles weren't set up properly, the sight lines. It was like, it was an afterthought. We were in the back corner, in the bottom floor, and it's like, they just don't give a crap about premium tobacco here. And
TPE, about, when I heard about them, probably about 7-8 years back, it was just tobacco produce expo.
Yes.
Then they changed to tobacco produce whatever, and now it's all whatever, blah, blah, blah. So let's be clear.
Like, oh my gosh.
It's edibles, marijuana, whatever.
Well, what was nice about it is the timing was really nice because it was late enough where it was still outside of January, February, so people were starting to get into the buying season, especially the southern people. But then now with them so close to PCA, and then you also have what's that other association? It's like they're stacked up right next to each other.
TAA.
Yeah, TAA is in the mix too.
And the Chicago Pipe as well within the week.
And so it just seems like it's a fun. Like, it is so much different. Like the bands and the parties.
We went to that Drew Estate party the first year.
That cover band was fantastic.
It was the biggest. It was bigger than any SHOT Show party I've ever been to. Oh my gosh!
And so I mean, yeah, they're so fun, but at the same time, it's like I feel like the timing's always been like we meet so many people there who are just not buying yet, and it's like, oh, I'm going to see you in a month and a half at PCA anyway, and you know, I think it's just still a little too early.
And it still costs us $10,000-$15,000 to get to the show, have a booth. I mean, we're buying a piece of concrete, 10 by 10 or a 10 by 20 piece of concrete, and then ship our booth down there and set up and travel and all that stuff. I mean, it's
so we decided to stop going to TPE and just focus on.
So I never went to the TPE. I never went, and I thinking to go this year, even though November was the last, and they call me, hey, whenever you want, no worry, blah, blah, blah. If I go no with cigars. I know cigars is no market for the TPE.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. And I have one cigar. This is a cigar. Sell as a cigar, import as a cigar, paint like a cigar, but it's hollow.
Yep.
So you can sell whatever you want. Yep. And I know it's going to do great over there. I don't know if I'm going to go now, but PCA this year, absolutely not. I've been going to do it for years and years and years and years and years and years. I say, you know what? I need to break this year. It's not. It's too many things going on. It's not just the money. So far, I'm lucky that I make my money back plus.
Yeah.
Really, but it's not. For me this year, I need to break. I've been doing this for many years, so
yeah. Last comment I'll make is eventually too with our fulfillment company. I think eventually we'll start going as the fulfillment company with multiple brands so that we can represent multiple brands and give smaller brands an opportunity to go more affordably. So I think that's eventually where we'll start going, where we'll have a 10 by 20, 10 by 30, and just make it more of a pavilion ourselves. So it's way more affordable for a small brand to go because we're cost sharing and just making it easy. So I think that's our long-term goal. But yeah. We'll be there this year.
Before we do this drawing, everybody watching, make sure you refresh your YouTube, Facebook, your Rumble, so that you're live. It could be 10 or 15 seconds or longer off on yours if you paused it or if you had a glitch in your internet or anything like that. So just make sure that you refresh real quick. And we'll do the final thoughts after the drawing. Everybody's had enough time. So we got 2 drawings.
2 of them.
2 more 5-packs, correct?
Yep. Pop-back sampler.
And I'm still, I don't know if you can see it. I'm still trying to suck down this.
I finished mine long ago.
I know. Which
And
is fast. I know, that's fast. I'm smoking it pretty fast myself.
Well, but I ain't cigarette smoker, so I'm going to smoke faster no matter what.
Yeah.
I'm at cigar envy right now. It's okay.
Go for it.
Here we go. Must be present to win. Who's going to win this? He got his timer ready.
Joshua Scarver. Hi, Joshua.
Kenny, let us know you're here. The timer has started. Giving everybody a fair try at it. I know the social internet webs and all the different things can jack up, but unfortunately that happens.
Scarver was on here.
That way did.
Kenny. Where's Kenny? I don't see Kenny's. There he is right there.
It is.
All right.
Congratulations.
So Kenny,
Congratulations.
message me on the Instagram, Cigar Dudes podcast, or however you want to. Just get it to me and we'll get it over to those guys. All right. Let's do one more. And here we go.
We need music. We need a 45-second clip of Slayer. That'll get people to put their names in quick to stop that.
Jams. I know I saw you in here a while ago. Let us know you're here. Let us know. Let us know. Let's see if he'll get it up there pretty quick. Oh man. Just gonna mess with you a little bit.
That way.
I hope you didn't go to sleep. Did he go to sleep?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I got my finger on the button.
4, 3.
Got my finger on the button.
1. 0.
Boom. Man.
Sorry.
And I don't see how much more fair you can be. Steve. Now he might have went to sleep.
Yeah.
Come on, Steve. Let us know.
Colleen's kicking the bed right now. You won, get up.
Oh, Steve. You watch all the time, brother. I don't think Steve's ever won.
No. Nope.
I don't know.
Oh, there's Colleen.
She said he's here. Tell us you're here. Steve, tell us you're here.
Oh, he said I'm here.
Oh.
There it is.
There you go. All right.
Yeah, she woke him up.
Okay.
All right.
You were 8 seconds. You were 8 seconds.
Ooh.
Wait.
Ooh. He's multiple times saying I'm here. And,
Perfect.
All right, man. I'm glad y'all came on because I know it's been, like I said, it's been since like September 24, and y'all's internet's been spot on. Y'all should start your own podcast. I mean, y'all's look is nice. Like you got it going on, man. The sound is great, everything.
We actually we shot our first episode like 3 months ago, and we haven't shot episode 2 yet.
We got the first 10 scripted out, so
Okay.
we do have a podcast coming.
Hey, Randy, I must to say, I'm plugged in. No problems whatsoever tonight.
You had that one little glitch right in the beginning.
Well, right in the beginning, because I had no battery, so I had to plug it in. My battery was going, shit. I plug it in, so when I plug it in, goes for a second.
It's been flawless. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, let's go around the table, Aldi.
I just thank you guys so much. I love being able to end the year with John from Warfighter, and then come right in with Hayes Gray and you guys. We're big for supporting our veteran community and just everything you guys bring to the table. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you. I'll see you guys in a couple months in New Orleans. I'll make sure you meet Zach and Andre. I think you have a lot of fun. Zach's retired Air Force. And don't forget tomorrow night, the Dead Bull podcast.
Yes, that's right.
Over there, it's gonna be a good time. We're gonna have an unhinged Jake. I can't wait.
Oh man.
At Dead Bull Cigar at Dead Bull Cigar Podcast. On
Yep.
Hey, so just a note, I was texting or talking with Mike like back in probably like December, and we were gonna do a President's Day. He was gonna have us on Toro around President's Day, which is coming up in February.
Wow.
So
No,
I booked the talent, so I might know a guy. But what I can't wait for, so it'll be what we're starting at 7, so it'll be 6 o'clock Jake's time. Jake is now in North Dakota.
Yep.
And
He's my neighbors.
Jake is literally looking at like single digits, and he has no tent, no nothing. So he's going to be outside, and Sasquatch is going to be outdoors.
Madman. It's an absolute madman.
Can't wait.
It's going to be rough. Ish. Final words, brother.
Well, I wish you the best. Telling you, I was impressed with the Candela. Mostly, well, I smoked 2. The other one was phenomenal. This other one, yes. I might even change my mind about Candelas from now on. Not like I will do one for my brand. I do many for different brands, but I might start to smoke a lot of them just to see. And if I don't like them, I will get yours.
I'll find the ones I really like. I'll find the really good ones, and I'll make sure I get them to you. I don't like the traditional Candela. I like the off the wall Candelas that just bring you something different.
But what is in the cigar, which I can take you to the teas, is it was perfect, and that's what it make the whole difference. But guys, you guys doing amazing thing. You have the distribution center, you have your brand, you helping people. Now you're talking about going maybe to the PCA in whenever, not this year, the next year or whatever, with as a distributors and whatever, help the little small brands. Kudos to you guys. Kudos to you. So keeping going.
Yeah, thanks, Ish.
Never go back, not even to take impulse. Yes, never go back. Just keep going up. That's it.
thank you.
Thank you.
Well done.
So, any final words, Angelo and Brian? And Kenny, I just followed you back, so it should let you message me.
I know.
Yeah,
Randy will get me the addresses, and I'll just email you guys with the info.
Sweet.
Sounds great.
We'll get those going. So, honestly, thanks for the opportunity to be back on here. This is something that we did a lot of early on, and we really want to do more of this. So, this was kind of our first of the year that we're looking forward to just getting back out there. I mean, we love talking everything cigars. I mean, we're an open book. We like to give back the same way that people have given back to us to get to us where we are. Again, we feel like we're just starting. We're still figuring stuff out, but this is the fun part. So really happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Y'all come back just a little before PCA if you want, and
We'll send you some of the new ones.
Yeah, you might get a special care package. You might get some of the
We
declaration.
get mine a week earlier. No, it's an anomaly.
I'll have Nate bring it to the Sapo event at Sheepdog.
Perfect.
And
You know what? Just send 2 packages to me, and Aldi can drive to my house. And if he takes too long, I just smoke them.
Yeah, it's only 8 hours.
so
There you go.
do you sell on your website? I didn't check that.
We
So
do,
they
yeah.
can get cigars on Founders. What is your website?
Founderscigarco.com. We used to sell on Toro, not anymore, I don't think. And
And we always say check our website to see if they're local first.
yeah,
And if they're not in your area, the best thing you can do is ask about us in that store. It goes a long way.
Yeah, it
If you
does.
can't find them, then you can buy them on our website.
yeah, we're brick and mortar first. We have a lot of retailers. We support those guys as much as possible. We're on the road doing events right now, and so on our website there is a shop local, and so we encourage you to shop local.
Sweet. All right, guys. I've had a great time. Y'all stick around for just a second if you don't mind. We'll see y'all everybody later. As always, love one another. Peace out.